Hello, welcome to the introductory video for the Law Office of Clayton T. Robertson, or robertsonlitigation.com. Welcome. You know, I decided that the initial YouTube video is something that I've learned is unique to private criminal defense counsel as opposed to their public defender counterparts. And that is what we call pre-file investigations. Now, I'm going to go into more detail on pre-file investigations in further or subsequent videos, but I'd like to just address some kind of big picture topics with respect to this subject. First of all, public defenders acquire their cases at the arraignment, almost universally. There might be a few exceptions, and I've heard some public defender's office actually now get involved prior to arraignment. But usually what happens is at arraignment, if a criminal defendant cannot afford private counsel pursuant to case law and pursuant to the Sixth Amendment of the U.S. Constitution, they are provided counsel, and that is the public defender's office, or in some situations, the alternate public defender's office. And at that point, the public defender is appointed to represent their client commencing an arraignment. However, as so often is the case in criminal matters, there's an alleged offense, a person is arrested, perhaps they're incarcerated, they bail out, they're released, and that's just one scenario. But there is not a case yet filed, a complaint filed against them by the district attorney's office. And if in some types of cases the person remains in custody, that complaint is filed within 48 hours, they're arraigned, that process is very short. There's other offenses where if you're bailed out, or let's just say you are cited and released, or you're booked and released, there are many scenarios where that criminal complaint may not be filed for quite some time. And what that does is that gives you the opportunity to go to a criminal defense attorney who's adept in pre-file investigations, go to them, explain the situation, and hire a criminal defense attorney to get actively involved in your case before that prosecutor actually files a complaint. And so what that means is that your criminal defense attorney is going to, at some point, reach out to the prosecutor's office, the district attorney's office, to find out what's the status of the case. Do they intend to file it? Before that, your criminal defense attorney might or should conduct their own investigation, interview some witnesses, find out what happened, and present some of that evidence to the district attorney's office in an attempt to negotiate and convince the district attorney or the deputy district attorney not to file a case, or even to enter into some type of resolution before the filing, some type of pre-file negotiated resolution that does not lead to the filing of a complaint. These are just, this is just a very broad overview of this particular topic, and it's something that a private criminal defense attorney is able to do. Now, there are exceptions. Some prosecutors' offices generally are reluctant to talk to criminal defense attorneys prior to the filing of the complaint. There are those situations, but even then, there are scenarios where if you go to the DA's office and you say, look, I've got some, with respect to this potential filing, I've got some information you absolutely need to know. At least if you're in that situation, your attorney is acting proactively, you're acting proactively, you're not sticking, your proverbial head in the sand hoping it all goes away, because that does not work. So we will come back and talk about this topic in future videos. This is a topic that's near and dear to my heart, because once that criminal process starts with the filing of a complaint, it really takes on a life of its own. It's very difficult. Once a DA decides to file a complaint, they feel almost cognitively locked in to some extent, and so the type of momentum that basically occurs at that point works against the defendant. It's an uphill battle. It's not an impossible uphill battle because it happens all the time. A credible, competent criminal defense attorney, even after the filing, gets evidence, enters into conducts an investigation, enters into a negotiation with the DA, etc., even after the filing of a complaint. But often before the filing of a complaint is where a skilled criminal defense attorney can prove their worth to you. So I hope that helps, and I look forward to seeing you in future videos.